Perfect. Hello, everyone. Good evening or good afternoon, depending on your time zone. I am Alex, and I will be the host for tonight's AMA. And we are here at Phoenix Holdings, and we are hosting Winsergy team. From the team, we already have three members here with us, so I will give the floor to them. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm going to start off. Hi guys, my name is Andre. Short introduction about myself. I was born and raised in Switzerland. I still live here in the center of Switzerland, in the heart of Switzerland. I love it. would never want to live anywhere else. I did several education, like in commercial mechanic stuff. And others. I spent all over 2 years in California, also working for a green transportation business over there. Experience in business sectors, bachelor's degree in business management, business engineering, and also started a master degree in environment and natural resources. That's about me.
My name is also Andre, and I'm from Germany. I'm an IT specialist since 2007. Live directly on the north coast in Germany, and that's I'm the CTO of Winsergy and responsible for all technical stuff that comes along.
And my name is Leonard. I'm living in Denmark. I studied electrical engineering, and I'm mostly responsible for the smart contracts and so on.
Thank you for that. So, if I understand correctly, we have Andre, who's born and raised in Switzerland. Just as a comment, best country ever. I've been there like 10 times already.
Really?
I would.
Nice.
Yeah. I got two sisters who are living there. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not saying your countries are not great. I've never been to Denmark, and I only passed once through Germany, so it wouldn't be fair for me to actually make an opinion on those. But I can imagine they are great because I heard good things. We have the second Andre, who's an IT specialist, the CTO of Winsergy, living in Germany, and then Leonard, who I can only assume is the developer for the smart contract, living in Denmark. Now, the first Andre, who's born and raised in Switzerland, if you can give us a bit more about your role on the project.
Of course, yes. I'm actually the head of projects, meaning I'm responsible for building the renewable energy system and everything around it.
Okay, understood.
Yeah.
Now,
then for sure. Sorry, I'd just add that then for sure there are other team members like our CEO who unfortunately couldn't make it this evening, which is Kevin, and also there is Marco in our main team, and for sure we have other consultants and supporters and other team members.
Okay, understood. Thank you for that. Now, let me start off by saying that you have quite the interesting team. And if I may ask, how does one bring together such a knowledgeable team? First of all, considering the fact that you basically live in three different countries, surely Germany and Switzerland are pretty close to each other, but Denmark is not that close. So how did you guys meet, or how did you start Winsergy as a project together?
We met actually through Telegram. Actually, yeah, that was our main channel, main communication channel. We have met. I don't know. Do you guys remember when it was actually first time in what group or wherever?
Something about crypto, I think.
I think
around 1.5 years.
Must be more.
Or more, yeah, more.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly.
I also think it was about a group about how to get into crypto and some schooling and teaching stuff. It was actually in German, I guess, as far as I remember.
Yes.
And then Actually, we had a project before together, which didn't went out very well, so we had to close it in the end. But we knew then we are actually working very well together. We're a good team. And then also like Kevin came up with this idea, and some other guys joined the team. And now we are together having this vision, and very excited to move forward.
Awesome. One quick question before we start discussing about the current project, which is Winsergy, of course. You mentioned that you three had another project. Would you be okay disclosing what project was that and why didn't go well, or should we move on?
I can mention it. It was called Alvarenet. It was just like some usual, like a startup project. It didn't go well because several, sometimes you just don't know. You try and give everything you have, and it just doesn't work. Chart doesn't look good. But it was actually, for us, it was also kind of emotional project because it was about safety all around the BSC network. And but at some point you have to mention and be aware that it's not going to work anymore, and close it. But it's fine for us. We had a lot of very good experience as well, and
For sure.
Is that enough?
For sure. Yes. Don't get my question wrong. It was not a. It was not
it's
about.
Fine. It's fine.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is, I actually know Alvarenet, and yes, I cannot say that I followed it entirely, but at some point, yes, I saw let's say the loss of volume in the chart. I was not aware that it was down. But if I'm not mistaken, and with this we'll close the discussion for Alvarenet. You guys had a pre-sale on Unicrypt, right?
Right.
Yes. After.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. That's the one. You know what? I'll take this as a. First of all, I'll take the opportunity to say congratulations. And the reason why I say this is because you guys devoted time, invested a lot of time, money, energy, so on and so forth into project. You had to face facts at some point. It didn't go through, and you came back with something that we all hope it's gonna do even better than that one. So I love the mentality so far. If I can be honest with you, most of the teams, if the project fails for one reason or the other, they just move on to nothing. You guys are here. You guys are back, and I'm thrilled to know. And let's actually start by saying a bit more about Winsergy. What does it stand for? How did you guys think about the idea itself, so on and so forth?
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for the feedback. I can say something a little quick about Winsergy. So if you want me to summarize in one sentence, I would say Winsergy is building a blockchain powered by renewable energies through what we call the proof of power. So this would be like in one sentences. And I mean, we in general believe in a healthy planet Earth fueled by renewable energy solutions, and it's contributing to the fight against climate change through the advancement of renewable energy power plants financed by fiat investors and sale community token. That's our hybrid system we want to bring up.
That's very interesting, because I was actually looking at of course, as much as I could, I was looking at the project, and you guys bring some interesting concepts to the table. Of course, I'm not gonna start by saying it to myself. I'm gonna slowly drag you guys into the story so that you can tell us more about it.
Sure.
Now, of course, when it comes to Winsergy, you kind of shared a brief intro about it. If you were to describe this project right now, before any of us know more about it, within 2 or 3 words, or let's say 2 or 3 qualities that it has, off the top of your head, what would those be?
Renewable energy systems, emission-free blockchain, and future oriented.
Okay, I was about to bet myself that you would say at some point community driven, and this is the reason
Yeah.
why I've asked the question.
Sure, I could say that as well.
And again, I'm not saying that it's not going to be a community driven. I'm just saying that let's say yours is better. At least so far, yours is better than what I had in mind.
Good. So proved.
Indeed. Now, in regards to the development of the token itself, of the project, on looking at your roadmap, in what phase are you guys right now, and what could we, as potential investors and adopters of your token, what could we expect within short term? And by short term, to define a time frame, I would say, let's put out there a month. What could we expect in a month?
Yeah, so actually, right now we are preparing the launch. So we are preparing pre-sales and the launch of it. We are having also the contracts in audit. Leo can tell more about it. I don't know the actually status of it, but it's in audit. We are having already a company founded in Dubai, and another company is in foundation in Germany. It's not done yet, but it's almost done. And that's the main focus we are having right now. So this is phase one. We call it phase one. And if you say in a month, we will still be in the preparation of launch. Maybe you haven't seen the announcement from today. We gave the announcement that we're going to postpone the launch to end of May. Yeah, but after the launch, one of the very first thing, or even if it's possible, we want to do it within the time period to end of May. We want to build our first own renewable energy plant. That's a big thing for us. We think it shows even more confidence to the people and trust and others. Yes, and then in phase two, when we launched and have our first plant, we want to make a portfolio expansion. We want to develop more things for the preparation for our first for our blockchain, which has to do something about smart nodes. Andre Salins can tell more about this, and we also have the plan to have our first our first biggest fiat investors at this point.
Okay, that's quite some achievements, if I may say so far. I'm just gonna, and this is mainly for the community, because I took the liberty to already check this before we started. The audit company that you guys chose is Certic, is that right?
Correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, yeah. I'm sure pretty much everybody here knows what Certic can do, how long they take, and what results they bring to the table. So when it comes to audits, they are top notch. I think they are the best out there. Recently, they just gathered another 200 million, is it? Or 2 billion? Some sort of hedge fund capital for even more. Yeah. I think I read it yesterday for even more security improvement. So when it comes to Certic, I think I said it all. They're the best out there, and you don't go to them because honestly, I heard about cases where they rejected projects before performing an audit. So they basically said we don't want to do it.
Okay.
I don't think they're so let's say money oriented. People would say, yeah, of course, everybody can get Certic if you pay. That's not true. I know at least 2 projects wanted to get Certic and they failed because Certic declined their project, and others declined the project as well. So yeah, at the moment, and again, this is available to everybody. I'll just link it in the chat. You guys as part of the project probably have more access. Your audit is at 85%. And this is the part that actually takes the longest, the project review, and then remediating the findings, because yeah, Certic is very thorough. So yeah, they just want to make sure that everything is done according to their metrics and terms and conditions and policies. Long story short, sorry for the long comment. Congrats on Certic, and I'm sure it's gonna turn out great. Because we covered the roadmap, let's explain. First of all, you mentioned your launch is end of May. It was postponed, right?
Yes.
When did you initially plan to launch? And I mean, why did you change it? I guess the market speaks for itself, right?
Yes, so we yeah, that's correct. We postponed it because many reasons, but main reasons are we need more time, markets, and just a better preparation, because you all know launch is from a project is I would say like most important time when you want to launch a token. So yeah, we take that time. We want to go like long term and safe. That's why we have chosen to postpone it. And initially, we wanted to have the launch at April 20th.
Okay. I think that shows I'll say a brave judgment, and it makes a bold statement towards the market and your competitors, if any, out there. Because you guys are willing to sacrifice your roadmap in your development strictly to make sure that the conditions in which you launch are the proper ones. Surely there have been other tokens out there that did the same, but on the other hand, there have been so many that didn't. They would rather launch now and try to bring traction along the way, which I'll be honest, once you launch and the market is down, it's fairly impossible, in my opinion, to bring the traction back, because people are going to assume you did something wrong. That's why it's launching in a bad way, which is not the case. The market's conditions are as they are. So I'll say it's a great thing that you guys thought about it. It's thinking outside the box and presenting the facts towards your community.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's the point. Also, like connected to our tokenomics, we're kind of connected, and we need a lot of traction and trading volume. So that makes it even more important for us.
You know what? I'm actually happy that you mentioned that. Let's get into your tokenomics. What can you share with us?
You want to talk about that, Leo, or should I?
Yeah, so I can talk about it. So yeah, the main thing is we have right now is that we have a fee of 10%, where 7.5% is going to yeah, the project. So yeah, to keep the project going and so on, because basically we need funds to yeah, realize everything we want to do. Then we have 2.5% that go into a staking pool. So the plan is, once the vesting period, it's I think it was 10 weeks in total for both private and public investors. Once this vesting period is over, people are able to stake the tokens and will get rewards. And for the future, our plan is actually to like completely get rid of the fee once we have established other sources of income. But here in the beginning, we still need the fee to be, yeah, basically to make sure that, yeah, we have some money to work with and can actually deliver something.
Thanks for that detailed explanation, Leo. Yeah. Also, guys, let me do you guys a courtesy and allow you to kind of research for yourself. Here is the light paper. I was actually looking at the tokenomics as we speak. There you go. It's in the chat right now. If you guys wanna understand now, because, and I'm sure at some point people are gonna try and find out. You guys are preparing for your launch, which is, and I'll repeat it again, end of May, postponed from April due to various reasons. which is, of course, what we discussed before. What can you tell us about what happened before that? Was there a pre-sale or a seed sale or any type of sale? And how did that go?
Yes, actually, there was a seed sale. That was our first financing round, funding round. It happened back in November. Is that correct, Andre?
Yes, yes.
So last year, November, we raised about 500,000. We used it to make some preparation, like as I said, like company founding and others, super important stuff. Also, like we use it now for doing marketing, doing expansion of our team, public relation, all those stuff. But that was the first and only so far founding round, and the next will be the pre-sales. And yeah, I can say something about the process for pre-sales. We're gonna have the first pre-sale at Pink Sale. It will be fully made or by whitelists. So you have to have your whitelist to to participate on the Pink Sale launch. You will get like the advantage that you will able to buy the tokens a little bit cheaper than in the second pre-sale, which will be in Unicrypt again. And also, like we want to do this like one week after the first pre-sale. So Unicrypt will be the second pre-sale, and then we'll have another week until we launch the token. That's the plan so far.
Interesting. So you guys didn't give up on Unicrypt. Again, I don't want anyone to kind of misunderstand me here. I think they still have potential. I still think they're great. They did suffer some changes lately, which actually work better for the community because as I've understood from them, they actually either they can bypass or they bypass the you need to hold UNCL rule for good. So that's not actually a mandatory rule in order for me to join your round one for the pre-sale. Is that correct?
I did not really understand. I mean, you just asked you want to join the Pink Sale pre-sale because of what? Sorry, I didn't understand.
No, no, it's okay. What I was saying is that your first pre-sale is going to be Pink Sale. It's strictly
Yes,
based on
correct.
whitelist, fully understood.
Yes,
And you mentioned your second pre-sale is going to be Unicrypt.
yes, correct.
Back in the day, or I don't know if it's still the case, Unicrypt had a rule in which I needed 50 tokens or on their launchpad to join a pre-sale.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's still the case. Maybe Andre or Leo knows, but this is kind of their own marketing
round.
style. Yeah, like they have their VIPs or just gave the opportunity to buy before it is published, but you have to own their token. And then you like have this opportunity to buy before the public is able to buy. But anyone can buy this token. Yeah, I'm also not sure if it's still the case. Maybe Leo knows or Andre knows.
From my understanding, it's the first round is still like this, but so the thought behind it was that because we have such a big pre-sale, everyone should basically be able to get some tokens at least, even though the first round is only for holders of the platform. So actually the idea behind this was to also increase the reach of our token and our pre-sale to both Unicrypt and Pink Sale users. Like that was one of the things. Another thought behind it was that we have a split liquidity. So part is BNB and part is in BUSD, because we basically don't want to be yeah, stuck to what happens with what happens with Binance Smart Chain. I think there are a lot of different opinions about the future of Binance Smart Chain. Some people might think it might die, others probably think it will keep on being on top, but we basically, no one knows for sure, so we kind of want to be independent with our project from that and don't have the market value to decrease to 1/3 because BNB is falling.
Understood. My comment actually, just to make it easier, I posted a photo in the group in the main chat. So basically, guys, I think this is available for every pre-sale, and it works even better in our interest. You guys can waive the rule, so I don't need 50 tokens of their own to join your pre-sale.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that was my comment. So I think it brings even more value to the table. First of all, because you chose Pink Sale, which is, I think, at the moment the most popular, and then second, Unicrypt, which I think at the moment, at least for me, I'm a fan. It's the most reliable. Of course, moving on because I kind of understood what the benefits are. One more thing before I open it to the community for questions, because I already see some raised hands. What can you tell me, because you had a seed sale? How many tokens, and are those tokens gonna be available straight from the launch, or is there any vesting period for them?
Yes, there will be vesting periods for both, for those who bought tokens at seed sale and also for those who buy the tokens at the launch pads. The vesting periods will last 10 weeks, and people who had who bought the tokens at seed sale or launch pads, they will be able to claim 10% after every week.
Okay, that's actually fairly reasonable. I like that vesting period. Yeah, typically what we see lately, it's at least half a year or 1 year vesting.
Yes.
I'm okay with that as well. It all comes down to the project's vision, of course. Now, before we go ahead and ask actually take some support questions from the community, let's talk about something that I don't think we should skip, about the features of Winsergy itself. We kind of covered a portion of them. Yeah, I'll just let you guys move. We spoke about the main feature, the renewable energy system, the smart nodes, and again, these details are already available on your website for the people to see them. I see something there. It states, aside for staking, decentral services and supercomputer. What do those stand for? And I swear this is the last question for me. I'm gonna give it to the community after.
So this would be my part. So staking crypto means, first of all, the smart node is a little computer which can be added or connected to every solar system or renewable energy plant, e.g. For private or commercial. That's all can be participate on this little computer. It's mostly based on a Raspberry Pi. Raspberry Pi is a very, very low efficient computer, needs only 3 watts and 5 volts, and can run 24/7 with very low costs. So this smart node, when connected to the solar plants, act like a wallet, and the thought behind this is, when you put more energy in the general network, an energy network, the more you get rewarded from this proof of power, we should say it. And and every node is connected to each other. So basically, we have 1,000 nodes at the time. They act as one computer. So that means the supercomputer. So we can split our tasks and the overall nodes, and you could also monitoring your own system because it's connected to the inverter of the solar system, e.g. That's basically available for everyone in crypto or in fiat world. And my thoughts behind this one is if you get enough tokens, you could sell them and pay your energy bills or use the tokens in the next years for getting your e-car built or something like that. Is that
Okay. Wow.
understandable in some reason?
Well, sure, but I'm looking at your concept presentation at the same time. I'm not a very technical person. Surely, when you put it like that, and I'm looking at the picture itself, it makes sense. I understand where you're coming from. I have no idea how you're going to make this work. As I've said, I'm not a very technical person, but in theory, sure. I mean, it's oh, okay. It's hard to understand, the principles and the concept behind it. But I love where you're coming from with these ideas. I don't even want to know how much work would it take for something like this. And again, what I want the people to understand is that this is not a meme coin. This is not Shiba or Doge. You launch it, you get some BUSD rewards. You guys can check it out. I mean, I don't know. I'm hyped on this, and while many of the information is technical, take into account, and I'm just quoting the website, this is a concept at this moment, and more availability is going to be in
first
phase two.
test round was successful. Also I have before built up some system like that, and that worked. So it's only a period of time to make this market maturity, and it depends on the successful launch. Aber it's not a theory. In practice, also worked.
There you go. Even better to understand that it's no longer a concept; it's actually a running idea. And if I understand, and this is going to be the last comment from me. If I understand correctly, right now you're kind of putting the pieces together and trying to expand at a global scale.
Yeah.
Is that right?
So we can yes. Every little computer is connected to the network, and that's the basic we need for develop our own blockchain on it. So if you are part of the system and had a smart node, in a future time you will also be a part of the blockchain. So the blockchain is basically running on renewable energy and needs no fossil energy or something like that. So every system or every service we can add on this cluster network is also emission free. If you, for example, launch a website or something like this, it also runs emission free and needs no fossil energy as well, only renewable.
Wow, what a way to save and to kind of save and improve our future in the current world. I think we should look forward to each and every one of us to work more on improving the future, because we simply cannot sustain ourselves with the current levels that we have. But before I bore everyone to death with my comments, are you guys okay if we open the floor for some questions from the community?
Yes,
Sure.
of course.
Awesome. Okay, now before I read from the chat, let's allow someone to speak here. I'm just gonna pronounce your first name, Falodun. You are unmuted. Please ask your question.
Thank you, thank you, Alex, for the opportunity. My question is regarding the token being used as a payment platform in the future. Where is the team looking at to start with regarding using that as a payment platform? And I know the complexities that comes with using token to make payments, especially when it comes to renewable energy. So I want to know which countries, is it the two countries, is it Dubai and Germany first? Is that where they are looking forward to first? And the second question is there going to be an
Oh. Is it just me having connection problems?
No.
Now, let's try it again. Falodun, you're still unmuted.
The question is there going to be an education platform to simplify this to people, to investors and holders? Thank you.
Okay, I think the first question was about expansion of, just correct me if I'm wrong, the expansion of plants, or just the locations of plants, right? As I say, we have a company in Dubai, and there's a company and foundation in Germany. Our plan is to place those renewable energy plants Germany and surround Germany, I would say, but we want to go like worldwide, because we want to have a worldwide blockchain, and we want to use the energy worldwide. And the most efficient way to use energy is to use the energy where you're going to produce it. So that's in fact, then we need energy plants everywhere, there where our users are. That's the whole vision of it. But we would like to start in Germany and then Europe, and from this point on, expand around the world. And then the other question was about education, something, right? About how it works and stuff. For sure, that will be enough schooling and education, and but in fact, I hope it's don't have to be a lot, because it should be user friendly. It should be very user friendly and easy to use. So it's far in the future. So it will take a while until we have, let's say, our app or our system. You can like trade and use your energy. But I would not expect something super technical. Maybe it sounded super technical. It will be super technical in the background, but you won't get affected by this. So you don't need to know in the end as a user how it works. But for sure, if you want to know, you could have all the information, but it's not necessary.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the question, Falodun. That was quite interesting. And yes, for sure, I'm pretty sure that everybody would like at some point some educational content on this one. Things will come. Remember that they're still early, I would say. Still a lot of time to learn. Now, to make it fair, I'm going to read one question from the chat as well, so that we can try and cover as much as possible. Let's see, Charlie. The long-term benefits for investors in the project. Well, Charlie, I think we kind of covered that. Let's ask the team. Is there anything that you want to add on what would be the long-term benefits for investors in the project, aside from what we spoke about already?
Well, from my side, I would say for an investor, I mean, it's a main topic is always money. So you will be able to stake your tokens, and you will get the profit from both sides. So as I said, we are a hybrid system. So even if a fiat investor invests in our products, the token holders will profit from the fiat holders, and vice versa. This is, let's say, an easy long-term profit. But I would also say the renewable energy is a long-term profit in a social way, in an environmental way. So you can support in long-term and invest in a green energy, a sustainable project which supports our world in the end.
Okay. Yeah, I felt that we kind of covered that once we explained the features of the project itself. And going through the chat, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Most of the questions have already been answered by the team. I'll still try to cover some of them. For example, Siarif wanted to know how far have you gone with this audit? I just mentioned, and it's in the chat, 85%. Result not fully available, but it will be by Certic once it's done.
So
Now let's. Yeah, sure.
I can maybe shortly answer that. So basically, we're almost through everything, preparing our last answer, but most things have basically been fixed, what they found. So yeah, we are close to being done with that one.
Yeah. Just a bit more. And Certic has a tendency to not share everything until it's fully done. So from the 85%, I expect them to go straight to 100% completely done and report available. They're not going to share, we found this, they fixed it, and then we found this and they fixed it. That's not their way of doing business. Okay, so Vivek, you are unmuted. Please ask your question.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was going through your light paper and seeing all the concept of renewable energy. And one portion I think is I missed it here, that the renewable energy is produced by wind power or solar power. So do you have land or a wind power facility? And if you are purchasing these renewable energy from a household by renewable methods, by providing them a solar panel or etc., then what is the role of there in this project, and how much will it cost to you? Thank you.
Yes. So we are not I would not say concentrate. We are not fixed to any kind of investment in a renewable energy system, because you need to be flexible, or we want to be flexible in connection to the flexible needs. So sometimes it makes sense to put some solar panels on top of the roof. Sometimes it makes sense to buy land and property and build a big energy plant to provide a lot of households or even companies. We want to do both at this, or yeah, there are several ways to produce it. So there's also this contracting, just paying a rent to someone for using the roof, for example, or paying a rent also for using the land. It makes maybe also sense. In the end, it's a calculation and a question of how you set up the contract. So yeah, we're totally open to this. For now, we're also concrete looking around for some roofs, because we're not able right now to build a very huge energy plant. But in the future, we want to buy land, we want to buy property and build also bigger energy plants.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Thanks as well for the question, Vivek. I actually saw some more in the chat that we managed to answer. However, Francis, because you kind of touched on this topic recently, Francis wanted to know if the team already discussed, or did you decide where would you build your first energy production plant, and are you concerned about the permissions, the authorizations for constructions? Would you say those could be an impediment, or are you confident you can solve them? Basically, because at the point where you're gonna build it, you're already gonna be established within the space, and it's gonna make it easier, of course.
Yes, that's one reason we wanna start in our location. So first we know the institution, we know the regulations and all the governments we need to we know about all those kind of how can I say, like regulations and restrictions and things you need to accept and hold on. And in fact, we have a lot of experience in that. We want to build our first energy plant, so we have built energy plants for other projects as well, which is like in the past. So we have those experience in Switzerland and in Germany. We have contact to governments, to institution, to contractor and stuff. We have already like negotiations with partnerships. That wouldn't be a problem. So that's for sure. But for sure, if you go to abroad, to I don't know, Spain or another let's say Africa or Asia, there has to be a research in advance. But that it's in the future and wouldn't be a problem as well, because the whole world will support a renewable energy system, and they have the task to make it most easy for plant investors.
Awesome. Thanks for that. Yeah, it only makes sense. We're still at an incipient stage when it comes to the production of the plant itself. Let's see. Quite some people here. Braveheart, you are unmuted. Please ask your question.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, just fine. Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I must recommend their presentation, although that is a very great one since this year. So I would like to ask, how feasible is a project to change quickly and keep pace with technology trend? And also, what is your long-term vision for the focusing industry in which do your project operate? You get the question?
Unfortunately, I did not understand. Sorry. Maybe Leo or Andre did. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm also not completely sure. Can you try to rephrase your question?
Okay. Should I come again?
Yes.
Yeah. Just if you can ask your question again. I didn't fully understand it either. Sorry.
Okay. The question is that how flexible is a project is to change quickly and keep pace with technology? And what will be my reward if I bring in new investors, and what will the investors then be gaining? You get the question? You get this one?
I think I got it. I don't know. Do you guys want me to ask
Please.
it? Okay, so basically what he wanted to know is this. How feasible is your project, taking into account the fact that you need to change kind of on a weekly or monthly basis and keep up with the technology and the innovations? This was the first part. And second one was, what would he gain if he would bring new investors, and how will they be incentivized? Let's focus on the first one. The first one, I think it's the feasibility of the project itself.
like the feasibility from sides of energy plants, it's pretty easy. First thing we need is money at this time. We have the experience, we have the knowledge, we have the possibilities, we have lands, we have suppliers, we have everything ready. It's just a question of money right now. And on the blockchain side, it's the technical feasibility, and maybe Leo or Andre can answer this. I think it's
Yeah. So your question is how we're gonna keep up with the changing technology, or what?
I think it's just about general about if it's feasible, like just to build up the blockchain. I guess so. That's my interpretation.
Well, in my opinion, it is. I don't know if Andre wants to talk more about it, or should I do it?
You could go on.
Yeah, so like my take on this personally is that we are not directly competing with, for example, Ethereum or Binance Smart Chain and so on, because their goal is basically to be a general blockchain to support every kind of smart contracts and transactions and so on. And we are just focusing on the niche that is the energy sector. And right now, the idea is mostly to use our blockchain to basically get tokens when you produce energy, and use the tokens when you use energy. So in this way, we don't need to necessarily keep up with Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. However, we still still need to stay competitive. I agree on that, and I think we will also be able to, since I think before we get really big competitors in the scene, we will probably also be able to grow as a company and have enough resources to outcompete others. And I think the most important thing to think about at this is, I don't know, if you look at any project, it's not necessarily the best one that goes through, but it's the one that has the most influence, the best contacts, and so on. So what I mean with this is, once we maybe get some contracts to use our blockchain for something, then it will be really hard for another competitor to come in and take over this lead, even though they would maybe at this point have superior taste. Because basically, this would mean for the company we have to contract with to change the whole system again. And this is also connected with costs and so on. So yeah, there are multiple things why I think we would be able to stay competitive, at least at this site. And yeah, for the renewable energy things, my take on this is that once you put up a solar panel, you can of course get more efficient ones, but then you already have paid for the ones that you set up, and they start producing power and so on. So at that point, you're not necessarily directly competing with newer technology, because you have bought the technology is paying off, and it will just run in a long time and maybe give money to finance better or projects with newer technology, if that kind of makes sense.
It does for me. And thanks for the question, and thanks for the answers. Now, that was indeed our last question for the project. How I like to end is, I would like to give you guys the floor again. I know you kind of talked a lot, but we were anxious to find out more. Either all of you or which one of you wants to kind of close with an ending statement here? Because personally, from my side, what I would like to say, I think it's an excellent project. I think it has a great concept. It's not seen so far, not at this scale, on any of the blockchains. It stands for itself. You guys kind of thought it all, but I'm sure you still have a lot in development. So honestly, I will try to be a part of it, either on first pre-sale, which is pink sale, or first or second one, which is Unicrypt. I will try to be a part of it. So from my side, and I think I speak for Phoenix community, I thank you guys for your time. Thanks for coming with this wonderful project to us. It was a pleasure hosting you, and I hope to get the opportunity to host you guys in the future as well, because it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, would be nice to be here again. Thanks for having us. Yeah, I can say shortly something for about saying goodbye and or see you again. Yeah, I mean, we strongly believe in our project, but we also give the advice to do your research all the time. And I mean, if I can give an advice, it's just to do your research. So I invite all of you to our group to contact us, to make your research, to talk to us, ask more questions, give us inputs. We need it to grow. We need it to make it better, because we believe we need the feedback from everyone to make it as most successful. And yeah, so we would be really happy to welcome you in our group, and yeah, hopefully see you soon again.
Awesome. Definitely. It was a pleasure again talking to each and every one of you. Thank you for bringing this project up front. Personally, yeah, as I've said, I'm going to try and be a part of it. For the rest of the community, guys, you have their socials, their website, their white paper, their audit, pretty much everything. It was posted in Phoenix. Do your research, read about it. If you like what you see, definitely try to be a part of it. We're still early within crypto. We're still early with this project. Think about its concept and what could it do for the future. Again, thanks to the team from Winsergy. It was a pleasure. I was your host, Alex, and I hope to be able to host you guys again. We'll end here on a super positive note. Thanks again. Hope you have a great rest of your day or night.
Thank you.
You very much.
We'll stay in the group a little bit so we can lead you maybe or ask some question, answer some question for sure. Thank you very much for having us.
Definitely. Thanks as well. Thanks to everybody who joined. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.